Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Shmoneh Esrai, Tefila without Yaaleh V'yavo, without any of the other additions that are necessary for Shmoneh Esrai. And it's part 4 and the final part in the series, at least for now, in the essence of Tefila, the essence of Shmoneh Esrai. We learned previously that there's a discussion on what exactly is Shmoneh Esrai when one forgets Yaaleh V'yavo. So is it still considered a tefilla or not? And we said that it could be, everyone would agree it's a tefillah, and one did daven, and the brachot are not in vain, but it may not be the fulfillment of the mitzvah. Let's say it's mincha time, it may not be considered the mitzvah of mincha. Therefore, one would have to repeat it. And even if it is considered mincha, since you forgot Yaaleh V'yavo, we'd have to repeat it. And we brought a few different nafkaminas that will come out from the different svaras. One last point we'll mention, what if a person goes ahead, he davens mincha, let's say the Ma'or Minyan at 6:30 in the summertime, and it's Rosh Chodesh, and he remembers, I didn't say Yaaleh V'yavo. So he really has to daven again. Everyone agrees he has to repeat Shmoneh Esrai now. Is it because he didn't daven mincha, or is it because he davened mincha but just omitted Yaaleh V'yavo? But either way, he has to repeat Shmoneh Esrai. So let's say he sees that Eish Kodesh is starting next door in a few minutes, mincha. Well, if there's a mitzvah of Tefila B'yzibbur, mitzvah to daven with the tzibur, and according to some, he didn't really daven properly, he didn't daven mincha, so maybe in such a case, he has a chiyuv to go to minyan, because he really missed his minyan. See, as Nidbaru, Tzaddik Rabbi Zilber deals with this very question. He says, according to Tosfos, person already davened. He did mincha, and he did the mincha with the minyan. And therefore, he's only davening again for the sake of Yaaleh V'yavo. There he doesn't have to go after a minyan. He says maybe there's a svara to say that according to the side, the Chacham Frenza who maintains that you didn't daven without Yaaleh V'yavo, it's not a davening, so then you have to daven. So if you have to daven, maybe you have to go find the minyan. He says it could be that even according to Chacham Frenza, it was a tefillah. You did have a tefillah, not mincha. Mincha you have to daven again, because you didn't have a mincha, because without Yaaleh V'yavo you don't have a minyan, you don't have a mincha. But he says two chidushim. One, an idea that we've said many times already in the series, and then he has another chiddush. First chiddush is that he says that mincha, with this tefillah you daven without Yaaleh V'yavo, even the Kohen prevents it is a tefillah, even though it was a mincha. That's chiddush number one, which we've said already several times in the series. But the second chiddush is a new idea. That what is your chiyuv Tefila B'yzibbur? So you might think you have a chiyuv to go to another minyan, because you have a chiyuv mincha, according to the Chacham Frenza, because you didn't have mincha. And therefore you have a chiyuv to daven mincha in a tzibur, because you didn't have a mincha in a tzibur. So he says that the chiyuv Tefila B'yzibbur is just that. It's Tefila B'yzibbur. You have to do a Tefila B'yzibbur, and that's what you did. Your mincha at 6:30 was a Tefila B'yzibbur. It may not have been a mincha B'yzibbur, but it was a Tefila B'yzibbur, and therefore you may not be chayav to find another minyan, because your chayav was Tefila B'yzibbur. You did Tefila B'yzibbur. According to Tosfos, you did mincha B'yzibbur. According to Chacham Frenza, you did Tefila B'yzibbur. Well, you didn't do mincha B'yzibbur. But you're not chayav now to run after mincha B'yzibbur when you already did Tefila B'yzibbur. Rav Benjamin, he's not totally convinced on this far, and he says that if you have something pressing to do, you have to give a shiur, chavrusa waiting for you, then you can rely on this far. You don't have to run to the minyan next door. If you want, you call it kavod. If it won't affect, you can just learn there at the minyan next door till the minyan starts. Okay, matovu mana'im. Anyway, just in conclusion of the series, so we've said one basic concept, and we've seen a lot of nafkaminas from that one concept, that when you daven Shmoneh Esrai, even if you miss Yaaleh V'yavo, it's still considered to be a tefillah. And even the Chachmei Professor, who maintain ostensibly that it's not a tefillah, the way we're learning it is it could be that they maintain that it's not a mincha, that you have to daven mincha now. It's not a mincha, and that's why they say, if you remember at night, that you didn't say after Rosh Chodesh, that you didn't say Yaaleh V'yavo 2 hours earlier, and mincha, you have to daven again because you didn't daven. So we're taking that to mean you didn't daven mincha, but it was a ma'aseh tefillah, and with that concept that it was a tefillah, just not a mincha. So we saw a lot of nafkaminas. That you could be Yosef Chazar Hashatz, that you may not have to run after a minion, that you wouldn't have to say Baruch Shem Kavod Mochasolam Va'ed, you don't have to go back to Shem's Tiftach. And all of these concepts come out, all these nafkaminas come out from this one central idea, that when you are davening to Hashem, even if you missed a detail, you put a word against when you weren't supposed to, you omitted Yaaleh V'yavo, you omitted Lifnei Hashem. And you're doing a ma'aseh tefillah. And this really hits home. This is not like the other brachos. If you don't have the situation that warrants these brachos, then it's lavatala. Either the bracha is mandated or it's lavatala. You don't have this middle idea. Tefillah is very unique. The Gemara says, "Halavai sheitpala adam kol yom kula." Halavai, a person should be davening to Hashem. So you have the basic obligatory tefillot, shachar, mincha, and marav, and then a person could be davening even without that. Either he could technically define his tefillah as a nadava, or he could be trying to daven a chovah, but unfortunately make a mistake. But Chazal are not so quick necessarily to say it's levatala. It's an amid lefnei Hashem. Person is davening to Hashem, pouring his heart out to Hashem, and according to the approach that we mentioned, many shittas would in fact say that it would be considered a tefillah, even when it is not fulfilling his obligation of mincha. It's Hashem by being involved in iyun tefillah. As I'll say that one of the things people mess up every day, they make a mistake every day, is iyun tefillah. Some say it's not having proper kavanah. Some say this person is arrogant and assumes Hashem's going to answer whatever he must answer what I ask of him, and that's arrogance. But iyun tefillah, of course, when it's involved in looking deeply and analyzing tefillah, hopefully we can have lumdus and more depth in our tefillah in terms of the understanding, the cognitive part, and hopefully that can also be mashpia, an effect, our amida lefnei Hashem, our concentration and our spiritual connection to tefillah and to Hashem. Shalom.